Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Work Biology Out. I hope you guys are safe and doing really great. So back in school, there were a few chapters like this, which turned out to be my worst nightmares, which I think they still are. I didn't know what to do with them. And these are really problematic chapters for many students out there. But you guys need not worry because I got you covered. Alright, so today I'll be sharing with you guys some tricks to learn all the examples of algae. Now before we start, let's just look at this table. This one is in your NCERT Class 11 Biology. So this table basically shows all the three classes of algae and the differences between them. First one is Chlorophyceae, which is green algae, Phaeophyceae, brown algae, and Rhodophyceae, which is red algae. Now in the next column, you can see all the major pigments which are present in these three types of algae. The first one is chlorophyll A, B. The next one is chlorophyll A, C, and fucoxanthin. Fucoxanthin is a xanthophyll pigment which is responsible for the brown color of this algae. Then the next one has chlorophyll A, D, and phycoerythrin. Phycoerythrin is responsible for the red pigment in Rhodophyceae. Then the next column tells about the form of stored food in these algae. Like in Chlorophyceae, it is stored as starch. Phaeophyceae as mannitol and laminarin. And in Rhodophyceae as Floridian starch. Then there's cell wall composition, number of flagellas and their position, and also the habitat. But let's just leave that for now. For today, I only wanted to bring the common name, the pigments, and the stored food to your attention. So now that we are done with this table, let's grab our notebooks and our pencils and let's learn this together. Now starting on with the first class of algae, that is Chlorophyceae, and it is a green algae. Now to remember this, just think, chlorophyll is a pigment which gives green color to plants. So chlorophyll, Chlorophyceae. Now coming on to the next class, that is Phaeophyceae. Now when I'm writing these, I need you to write them in the same order as mine, and you'll understand later why. So Phaeophyceae is also known as brown algae. Alright. And then there's this last one, Rhodophyceae. You see Rhodo, red algae. Okay. So how do you learn this? Chlorophyll, Chlorophyceae, green algae. Then Rhodophyceae, red algae. And the one which is left, that is Phaeophyceae, is brown algae. Now let us write the pigments in them. Only the chlorophyll ones. Now all these three types of algae have chlorophyll A in them, and the next type of chlorophyll is in alphabetical order as B, then C, then D. Alright. Now there's only one thing that I need you to remember, and that is the number of examples in each of these types of algae. Rhodophyceae has 4, and we have 5 for Phaeophyceae and 6 for Chlorophyceae. Alright. Now coming to the examples. Now Chlorophyceae has chlorophyll A and B, and after B comes C. So we'll write 3 C's in front of Chlorophyceae. Alright. Now after C comes D, E and F. So we'll write them in front of Phaeophyceae. And after F we have G. So we'll write 2 G's after Rhodophyceae. Now this order is something which you guys need to remember. Now with these 3 C's, we have the first 3 examples of Chlorophyceae. The first one is Chlamydomonas, the second one is Chara, and the third one is Chlorella. Okay. Now coming on to the next 3 examples of Phaeophyceae, we have Dictyota, Ectocarpus, and Fucus. You remember the fucoxanthin pigment? So fucoxanthin, Fucus. Alright, for the last 2 examples, we have Gracilaria and Gelidium. Now, if you remember from the table we just saw that the food stored in Phaeophyceae is in the form of laminarin. Now, let me just write it for you. Laminarin. Now, from here we'll get our another example, that is Laminaria. Laminarin, Laminaria. Is that clear? Alright. Now coming to Rhodophyceae. So you remember the pigment which is responsible for the red color of this algae is phycoerythrin. It's actually our phycoerythrin but I'm just going to write phycoerythrin. Now this one starts with a P, and from this P we'll get our remaining 2 examples for rhodophyceae, because we need to complete 4. So I'm just going to write 2 P's in front of rhodophyceae. Now these P's are for Polysiphonia and Porphyra. Alright. Now we are done with the 4 examples of rhodophyceae, but we are still left with 1 for Phio and 3 for Chlorophyceae. Now for that we have a poem with us. Now I'm just assuming that you guys like superheroes. I mean, even if you don't, then also it's fine, because I am also not a very big fan of them, but just because it gets easy for you to remember. So the poem goes like Spider-Man, Wolverine. Now I know Wolverine starts with a W, but here I'm using V for a reason. Okay, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Ultra are good. This is the first line for Chlorophyceae. But Shaktiman is the best. Now any Shaktiman fans out there, please do comment down in the comment section. Alright. Now Spider-Man is for Spirogyra. Wolverine is for Volvox. Ultra is for Ulothrix. And are good. Good is for green algae. Alright. So all these 3 belong to Chlorophyceae, that is green algae. Then Shaktiman is for Sargassum. And best is for brown. So now writing these all examples, we have Spirogyra for Chlorophyceae, Volvox for Chlorophyceae, and Ulothrix for Chlorophyceae, and Sargassum for Phyophyceae. Alright. Now there were a few things that I really wanted to share with you guys. These are very common mistakes that people do, and even I did them, and I don't want you to repeat the same. So here are a few tips or advices from my side to you. So the first one will be that you need to be familiar with all the names, all these examples, whether they may be of bryophytes or pteridophytes or algae, whichever category may they belong to. But you need to be familiar with all the names. Just keep on revising them in your head, and sometimes once in a while, speak them out. So that would be of great help to you. Now, tip number 2. Now this is something which I've seen with so many people, and was also the case with myself too, that because these chapters, classification part, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, these are quite tough for kids to learn, and they eventually lose their interest in it. They're like, theek hai, boards mein to aana nahi hai, let's just get over with this. And for that reason, they don't really learn these chapters properly. But these are very important chapters, Even when you go for your higher studies, whether you may choose zoology or botany, in the first semester itself you'll find chordates, non-chordates, all this classification part. Now I'm not here to scare you guys, not really, but I just want you guys to be prepared, so you may study abhi se achhe se, And then my last tip would definitely be practice. Guys, practice, practice, practice. I cannot stress this enough. This is what you really need to do. Otherwise, you're going to forget everything, and then there's no point. Get yourself a notebook, make your notes, draw your diagrams, learn your labelings, make flowcharts, make flashcards, anything that helps you to learn better. And most importantly, revise daily. So that was it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys really liked it, and if you found this video helpful, then please hit the like button, because that way it reaches more people. Share it with your friends and also subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay safe and take care. Bye-bye.